What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Spectators. Today, we got a lot to talk about, including winners and losers, and people are finally clinching in the NFL playoffs. And then we got a little bit of fun stuff coming up for you guys as well that we are excited to talk about. Let's get into it. What is up, everybody? My name is Julian. I'm here with Gerard and Brooklyn, and we hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. What's going on, spectators?
We're doing good, man. Like you said, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. It was dope. Get to spend time with the fam. And I'm ready to get into the juicy stuff you got later. But how you doing, Gerard?
Man, I'm as good as I can be because
Mm-hmm.
we'll get into it. You already know why I'm happy.
Yeah, I
I
already know.
am lit, boy. But
Yeah,
hey,
Sabe.
let's just go ahead and get into it. But Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope y'all had a good one.
Facts.
Dude, for sure. And, we're super excited about a lot of things going on. And we're going to just kind of get right into it. I mean, it's starting to snow in a lot of places, right? We saw in the Seattle game, it's starting to snow. And y'all know what snow and football means, right? Y'all know what snow and football means? It means just bowl season in college, and the playoffs are around the corner. We're getting games on Saturday now. You know they start to matter. They're trying to get all this television money.
Yes, sir.
Teams are finally starting to clinch these playoff spots too, which is crazy that I think this is week 16 and they're like finally starting to do that. And obviously we got the week, so that's obviously part of it. But we're going to go into winners and losers as we love to do around here. Whichever one of you want to go first. We'll go with Gerard. Gerard, you're joining us. You're joining us today.
Ooh.
Give me a winner or a loser from this week.
Well, my winner for week 16.
Uh-oh.
Not even the Bills. The Bills played great, but my winner is number 17.
Uh-oh.
Josh Allen, baby.
Uh-oh.
Josh Allen in a game that mattered. This is our biggest game of the entire year.
True.
And he walks into Foxborough, a place where not many people can say this, and he lights up the Patriots defense.
Yeah.
Could have had 4 touchdowns. Emmanuel Sanders dropped one in the end zone, but I guess you can't be too mad when you win by 12 points. So Josh Allen is my big winner, over 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interception, and one of the best scrambles on a 4th and 1 that I've seen by a QB ever. I mean, QBs don't really scramble on 4th and 1, it's usually a QB sneak, but instead of just piling it up on the line, Josh Allen, they run a boot. He has, I think it's McCourty. McCourty's coming at him, and he just slides, gets the first down. We end up winning the game on a game like a game-sealing drive. And Josh Allen was 30 for 47, 314 yards, 3 touchdowns, off a snub from the Pro Bowl. But we don't have to get into that. But he went and proved everyone that he still got it. He got a lot of hate this year. I mean, rightfully so. He hasn't played all that well all year long.
He's had pockets of pretty bad play, yeah.
Yeah, so to see this out of him, I think this is now looking at 2.5 games in a row. Or counting half of the Bucks game and the Panthers game, he looked good. And today, or last night, not last night, but yesterday, he looked really good too. So that's my winner. Buffalo Bills, of course, but Josh Allen, number 17, big winner for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. I'm cool. I'm cool with Buffalo going into Foxborough, getting a 2-score win. Could have been more, like you mentioned.
And AFC East number 1 again. When people thought that was it for us. That's the biggest thing that we got out of this one.
I saw a cool graph. I think it was during the game, and it was like whoever won this game had. I think if the Bills won, they had an 88% chance to win this division, and if the Patriots won, they had a 99% chance. And I was like, damn, it's crazy. You see like one game kind of swing the division that much, but the one game kind of also dictated like all the intangible like rule tie breaks and stuff. So I think you guys have it now off of weird things.
It's I think it's our division because that was our first division loss when we played them at home. They lost to the Dolphins week 1, so
now they have 2, and it's a whole weird thing. But like it literally swings the division so much just that one game, and that's big time. Brooke, you got a winner?
Big time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ship it out to Tennessee with the Titans getting a big win and keeping their top
Thursday.
spot in the division. Yeah, we reaching back a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, big win from them. They just keep on getting wins, even though they should just be out of it in theory after Derrick Henry went down.
And
And
Julio
there's
and AJ Brown.
exactly, and then they get the boys back, a couple of them. AJ Brown goes
He
crazy.
went nuts.
Goes
He absolutely went
crazy.
crazy.
And with the potential of Derrick Henry coming back in the playoffs, they're in a good spot. They're in a very good spot to close out the season. They got the Dolphins and Texans. So, I mean, in theory, they should have the division locked down. So you got to give the winner to Tennessee. And shout out Tannehill. Did you guys see that clinching run he did?
Yeah. I'm like,
That was insane.
I'm like, who are you?
That was
Since
insane,
when?
bro. Like,
Bro, that was one of those runs too that like he ran with such confidence. He's like, I'm gonna just keep going until I can't, and I'm gonna get
thought
as
he was
many
gonna
yards
slide.
as I can. Nah,
I thought
Nah.
he was gonna
Nah.
slide, and he just
wa-
kept on
we don't-
going.
he
No, we
wanted
don't
every
slide
yard
around
he
here.
was getting.
We don't
man.
slide
That was-
around here.
Yeah, that was impressive, and that was like
Shout out
some.
Zach Wilson.
That was some like. Obviously, they wound up winning the game because of that play, but that was
Yeah.
just like, hey, this guy just wants to win, and like, what more can you kind of ask out of a quarterback? And like, I'm
He's
always
gotten
watching.
so much hate.
What a
mean-
great story for Tannehill.
Yeah,
Just
I don't know how much hate
revitalizing
he's
his
gotten
career.
that was unwarranted though. Like when he was in Miami, he was like offensively inefficient.
No, yeah, 100%. I'm talking
And-
more though, like everything was just on Derrick Henry's shoulders. Well, I mean, it is.
How could it not be though? When you're that dominant, how could you not be?
It's
But
easy
everyone's
to
saying he
slander
can't win
him.
without him. So I'm
It-
glad to see he's winning without him.
Exactly.
It's easy
And
to
it makes the
slander him
team very
without it,
scary.
just because they weren't like letting him open it up. Because like, why do we have to? Like, why are we gonna like potentially throw picks and all that? Like, not that he's
Yeah.
going to, but why even do it?
No, he is though, but it's okay.
Hey, they're tied for first in the AFC. One game back.
They're one game behind the Chiefs.
Because the Chiefs just haven't lost in 9 months.
11-4 for the Chiefs.
They just don't lose
and
anymore.
10-5 for the Titans, I
Yep.
believe.
Yeah.
Let me
Cool.
see here for sure. Yeah, 10-5,
Then
11-4.
we got 3 teams going 9-6 with Buffalo, New England, and Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So it's
so-
a tight
And
race.
2 of them are wild card. That's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
a tight race going on. It's spicy. I love it.
It is absolutely spicy. My winner for this week are all the teams that we kind of expect to be contenders. Everybody that won this week, not everybody that won. Texans are not contenders. But like all the teams that were contenders kind of coming into this week and won, or we're like, okay, yeah, those guys are like still legit. So like the Cowboys, they come out, absolutely dominate. Chiefs still rolling, right? Bucks dominate. Bengals dominate. Bills look really good. Rams, despite Matthew Stafford playing really bad football, they still kind of dominated this game. Packers, they actually didn't look very good, which that one's a little weird, but they still get the win. Packers, keep in mind, if they had Aaron Rodgers for their Chiefs game, and Aaron Rodgers decided to play in game 1 of this season, would be 14-1 right now, with their one loss being in Minnesota. And that one, like, they kind of just lost that game, so I'm not going to try and, sugarcoat that one. But they'd be 14-1 right now.
Yeah.
They're kind of scary.
100%.
They're kind of scary.
No, they're
Shout out
horrifying.
Aaron Rodgers for breaking the touchdown record for Green Bay.
Yeah,
He
he's
did do that, yeah.
they showed a side by side of him and Brett Favre, and I was like, man,
And I think
the Packers
Rodgers
have had
gets
33 consecutive years of these two guys.
must be nice. But I
Yeah.
think
Be
Rodgers
nice.
gets his. I think he goes back-to-back MVP.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it was Brady until last week.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
but Brady
fact,
had
like,
one bad week. Like, I don't know how fair that is to kind of take it away.
it's like when the battle week happened. Like you're on, like you have a chance to clinch. You're at home. You're going against the Saints team. You have all this, and then you throw up a goose egg. And then it just played into the part like your stars got hurt, you can't do without your stars. But I still
But do
think it
you,
could be a close race.
but for MVP, do you discredit Brady for that one game, but then credit Rodgers for not playing in 3? Like,
No, but I'm saying like because Rodgers had the really bad game, like what week 1 against the Saints, where they
right.
got shut out. He was just kind of like, yeah, y'all need me, just so y'all know. But and then like COVID, he had another
He
game.
didn't really play particularly well yesterday, and like that's getting masked up because Baker threw 9 million picks, but or not yesterday, Saturday. He did not play very well.
Let me see. What was his stats yesterday?
He was full like game manager mode or on Saturday. Did you
200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not terrible. Not terrible at all.
No,
But
3 points in the second half.
yeah,
So that's kind of what I'm looking
this
at there.
yeah game manager. I feel you.
But yeah, I
But
mean the guys who we think were gonna be good all kind of gave us wins this week. Cardinals dropped the ball. I think they're kind of out as contenders at this point. Just too many clear faults with this team that teams are like finally starting to like take advantage of.
Yeah.
The Ravens are the exact same way, except I don't think anybody was ever super high on them. And the Patriots are the same way. They're starting to like, oh wait, guys, Mac Jones isn't that good. Like, just pressure him, pressure him a little bit. I mean, hey, we've all known this, but like, I think teams are like just realizing, which I don't know how do we just realize this now, but he's a rookie quarterback. Get some pressure on him, especially early in the game.
He's
And
not
good
throwing
things are
more
gonna
the ball
happen.
more than he's not throwing the ball more than 20 yards down the field. So if you can cut off their run game, or if you go up and force them to pass it like we did, he's not going to perform. Like if you're like comfortable, I think he had one. Like I'm not gonna take. He had one game against the Chargers where they
He
came
was
back
slinging
and
it,
won
yeah.
against that one. Yeah, he had that good game. But other than that, like Mac Jones has been very, very like just like par.
If you let him be comfortable within that Patriot system, he's gonna strive.
Yeah,
But
like
if you put pressure on him, like he's gonna struggle. He's
Par
young.
was the best word you could have used to describe it. Because, like,
Yeah.
you shoot par on the course and you're going to be pretty good. You're going to have a pretty
Yeah,
good
good job.
day.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not like anything to write home about. Losers. Who wants to go first? There's a lot of
I
losers
do.
this week.
there's
So
a-
many
there's a-
losers.
I
So
do.
many losers.
I am giving my loser to the Baltimore Ravens defense and their defensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator for saying, oh, we're not going to give Joe Burrow his gold jacket yet. Man's in year 2. Also, if you haven't seen Joe Burrow's press conference after the game, him sitting there with a Santa hat, watch it. One of my favorite interviews of all time. Just great. But give him the loser. But the defense, in the 2 meetings they've seen Joe Burrow this year, in week 7 and week 16, they have let this man throw for a grand total of 907 yards. That's it. That's all I have to say.
How many touchdowns?
That's all I have to say.
Oh my goodness!
How many touchdowns? Let's see.
It was 4 because it was 4 today. It was 4 yesterday.
It's got to be like 7.
Goodness.
Yeah, just
525.
It's not popping touchdowns up here.
And like, here's the crazy thing about that, right? The Ravens, I don't know what the Ravens are doing. Like, if there's any part of this podcast today that you guys take away, don't ever in football stomp on teams' logos, make fun of their quarterback the week before a game.
Nope.
And like just make fun of star players. I don't know why you think these things work. Because now you're putting unnecessary pressure on your team. And the Ravens are like true culprits of this. They do this all the time. The Ravens talk so much crap and they do all the extra stuff just to have like the most mid talent roster go out there and underperform. How do you got mid talent on your roster and underperform? How you going to do that?
Straight mid.
Straight mid, bro. They don't have a wide receiver worth anything. I wouldn't take their wide receiver 1 as the Vikings wide receiver 3 right now. Or the Bengals wide receiver 3 right now. Because they're not better.
Yeah.
And they're out here talking all this crap. Giving up 41 to Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow's had a pretty decent year, but Joe Burrow's not like top 5 yet. Like Joe Burrow's
No.
not, I'm dropping 900 yards and 7 touchdowns on you in a season type of player yet.
And the funny thing, like they're out here double teaming Jamar Chase, and I'm like, did you just forget y'all have T Higgins on the other side of the field, and yet like Tyler Boyd, these are both dudes who are very capable of going off. Like T Higgins was what Jamar Chase was last year, maybe not as good, but like a rookie who is just kind of like, wow, actually ended up being really good. So you have T Higgins and Jamar Chase. You still have Joe Mixon in the backfield, like, but you want to put all your force on Jamar Chase. Like Jamar Chase is also a rookie. So if you
Also,
double
if you
team
just
him,
like,
whatever, fine. That's
watch a little bit of tape. Like it takes me 30 minutes of watching tape to realize you don't double team the Bengals, because when they have bad offensive games, it's because the wide receivers get clamped up. Because they're really good at getting separation sometimes. When like safeties come in to help, T. Higgins doesn't even play that game. So like,
exactly.
just watch
like
30 minutes of tape. Go to like any Bengals Steelers game or like a Bengals Jaguars game, even, because they know at least how to like use defensive schemes on like the team they're playing next week. The Ravens are such losers. Tarek, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, bro. The Ravens are. This game, if the Ravens won this game, would be the 6th seed in the playoffs. They lost by 20.
So now they're clinching. They're like hoping the Dolphins don't win today. Because if the Dolphins win today, Dolphins are 7th seed.
Dude, I'm baffled.
Amazing.
I'm flabbergasted.
Crazy.
I am absolutely confuddled. Like I don't even understand.
No.
Oh,
But
man.
I'm gonna go in and go on. I'm gonna go with my loser because it kind of feeds into the Ravens a little bit,
Let's
because
go.
since this team lost, the Ravens still get to hold on to their 7th seed.
Okay.
But I'm going with the Chargers. This is the same Chargers team that I have seen for the past
2 decades.
How old am I?
2 decades, bro. Since LT's been there, bro.
Like you are in a position to where all you have to do is just win these games. Like granted, I'm not saying winning's easy, but you have the Chiefs on the ropes. You have the whole AFC on the ropes. All you gotta do is win games. And you drop 2 in a row. And who did they play last week? Who was it?
They played the Chiefs last week. It was a really good
Okay,
game.
so what? That's right. I was at the Spider-Man. That's why I don't remember watching that one.
That game was nuts.
But then you come out here. Not only did you lose to the Texans. Let's see. So Deshaun Watson obviously not playing because of the whole situation. Tyrod Taylor's not playing because of whatever he's got going on. David Mills is their starter, I believe. And
not even Nick Mullins. It was like
not even
guy.
exactly.
It was another
Brandon
guy.
Brandon Cooks isn't playing. David Johnson didn't lead your team in rushing. You let Rex Burkhead rush for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like you have Keenan Allen. You have Austin Eckler was on COVID, but then you have Justin Jackson who balled out. You let all that slip.
Bro, that's the crazy thing about this team, bro. They actually had a good day offensively. They were like relatively efficient. Herbert wasn't too bad. He threw 2 picks. One again wasn't his fault. Justin Jackson filled in for Eckler. Eckler's like a top 5 like ball dominator in the league this year in terms of just like what he does. They don't have him. They still score 29 points, and just the defense was like putting paper towels in front of like a dam spill. Like they were putting paper towels on the levee at New Orleans and like trying to keep the hurricane out. Like it made no sense.
Shout out to the quicker picker upper.
Like Justin Herbert he threw 2 picks though, so he had a QBR of 46 in a must-win game for the Chargers to keep them in the playoff. Well, I mean, they're still in the playoff race, but to keep them in like the top 7, he has a 46 QBR, and Davis Mills has a 77 QBR. A team that has no chance of making the playoffs are out here embarrassing you.
Yeah,
embarrassing you.
Yeah,
could happen.
No, this was a must-win game, and I don't know. Like, there's a
Rex
couple of
Rex
games this week that
Burkhead.
you can look at, and you're like, man, that team lost, but like they had a tough matchup, right? Like, you look at the Cardinals, and I think the Cardinals are dead. Like, I think they're gonna make the playoffs. They might even slip to the 6th seed. Like, that's how bad they've been lately, and their schedule has like been brutal. They might slip to the 6th seed. But the Cardinals,
They,
they got Jonathan Taylor. And they gave up 100 yards to him. The Colts don't lose when he rushed for 100. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the Colts. The Patriots lose to the Bills. Tough divisional game. It happens. Even the Ravens, who we just went in on. The Bengals have been pretty good this year. You can't be losing to the damn Houston Texans in Week 16.
This is your freebie. This is the freebies that we're talking about. You have all these freebies because now their last game of the season is against the Raiders, who I'm pretty sure have the same exact record as them. I think they're both 8-7 now, and they're both trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they got Broncos Raiders, and the Broncos embarrassed them earlier this year.
So like the Broncos defense is stout. They're really good defense. Then you have to go play the Raiders, a team that's just as desperate as you.
And we always talk about moral victories, me and Jew. Those are just demoralizing defeats. You can't let them
Those
happen.
are worse, right?
Yeah,
you
those
can't let them happen. This late in the season, all the stakes are on the table. Like, you can't, bro. You can't, because it just shows what type of team you are. You guys aren't.
I folded.
Whether exactly, you guys either aren't ready for it, you're not built for it, or you just don't want it bad enough.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna let them take your chickens like that,
I'll take chicken strips.
Guess how many yards per carry Rex Burkhead averaged?
Don't do this, bro.
Yes, just guess.
I'm gonna give you 8.
I was gonna say like 7.5.
Still, those are high, but you let Rex Burkhead rush for about 7 yards per carry.
Bro, he's like 33.
22 carries for 149 yards. Bro. Come on.
Yeah, that's tough.
Come on.
That's really bad. That's really
insane.
Really bad. Y'all want to hear one more loser from this week?
Go for it.
All right, give it to us.
Oh, man. The Washington football team.
Yes. Let's go.
I haven't slandered y'all in a minute, and I'm back.
Let's go.
I'm back.
Get comfy.
I'm so
Get
back.
comfy.
Buckle up,
Poor
baby.
guy.
If y'all win this game, you're a half a game out. Or not a half game, but there's like technicalities. They have like the head-to-head. A lot of people for whatever reason. And you get to beat the Cowboys. You go into Dallas. There's some semblance of a rivalry feeling this year because not a lot of people have beaten Dallas in the division. In fact, I don't think anybody has in the division this year. So, you go into Dallas, and they've been up and down this year. They had a really good week last week defensively. So you're thinking, man, if we can make their offense look like that, and Washington has plenty good enough of a defense to do that, we can make some stuff work. And then you blink. And then the game starts. And then you go to the bathroom and you come back, and it's 42-0 at the half. 42-0 at the half. Did you come? Did you show up? Did you not feel bad when Dallas came into your house a couple weeks ago and brought their own chairs? They brought bleachers into your stadium, came in there, sat in them because they're more comfortable, beat you in your house, took your wife and the kids, and then said, hey, come back to my house now so I can beat you harder. And then they did.
And they brought their chairs too. It didn't work.
This is the most embarrassing series of 2 games I have seen. And I watched the Chiefs beat the Raiders by 9 million this year. And this is more embarrassing because this is an actual rivalry. Washington was like a slightly decent team this year.
Weird
they
yeah.
What?
They were a weird team.
Yeah, they were weird. Like they won like 5 or 6 in a row. It was weird. This is about as embarrassing of a loss as I've honestly ever seen in the regular season. This is up there.
Like, I think one thing we fail to realize, like when we watch sports, is that like, yeah, teams are bad, but at the end of the day, these are still professional athletes. These are grown men who are very capable of playing at the highest level, obviously.
Yeah,
'Cause
look at
they're
the
here.
Texans. Like we called them terrible all year, but they've put together like sneakily like 7 pretty solid games.
Yeah. So that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like it got so embarrassing. You have a fight breakout on your own bench. You have dudes swinging at each other.
Like literally
Yeah.
fighting. Not
Yeah.
yelling, but like swinging.
Guess what Taylor Heineke's QBR was?
Oh,
Just take a
God.
guess. Just take a guess.
17.
34.
That,
Y'all
that's
are
got to
very
be
much-
way too high.
y'all-
That's got to
y'all-
be way too
y'all
It's got
are-
no,
y'all
you
are-
know, I don't know, I'm going to retract. I'm going to retract. We're going like 9. I don't think it was double digits.
Give me
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, those were better guesses because the first ones y'all were very generous. Yeah, his QBR was 4.
Oh my God.
I was right. It wasn't double
That's
digits,
like when
let's
you give your
go.
little brother the controller on Madden and he's just throwing picks the whole time. That's what that is.
7
Why
for
was he that
22,
bad? He wasn't
121
that bad,
yards,
was he?
a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. That's pretty bad. He got sacked 4 times
You
for
said
16
7
yards.
for 22.
7 for 22. That's 33%. That's
Yeah,
less than
that's-
33%.
Hey, that's Russ from the field. Russell Westbrook. If Russell Westbrook shot 33%, the Lakers win on Christmas.
Shout out Russ.
Yeah, he's trash, but it's okay.
Shout out Russ.
But he got triple double
That's
though.
terrible.
He got a triple. Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Washington, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's
Do better.
do better. You know
Do
what's the
better.
worst part? I didn't like see the full stats, but I do know that Zeke and Tony Pollard had less than 70 total yards combined, and they lost by 41 points. 42
Oh, here I got
points.
you. I will let you know exactly. Oh man, I just closed out of
Like
it.
they
But
literally
yeah,
gave up like 80 total rushing yards and lost by 42.
Zeke. So they had. Goodness. All right. So Zeke ran for 37 yards, and then Pollard ran for 34.
That's so bad. How do you
And then
lose
Dak-
by this much? They didn't even run the ball. You don't
And
even
then
have to
Dak ran
worry
for
about the
21.
run.
No, they ran the ball 9 times.
Just
9
oh
times
my
for Zeke,
God.
8 for Pollard. 17 rushes.
You guys see
for-
why they're my losers this week, right?
So
You
for like
understand? We're
70
on the
yards.
same page.
So bad.
Good Lord.
Dear Lord. Yeah, like there were so many individual losing efforts this week. It was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It was actually
and a-
mind-boggling.
Oh, like back in Washington real quick. I'm sorry. A pick 6 and a block punt touchdown.
Dude, I saw the block punt. I'm like, guys, leave them alone. Like, stop giving the nerdy kids swirlies.
You had
Come
DeMarcus Lawrence looking like a monster on his pick 6. This dude was dodging people. He was tiptoeing on the sideline just about.
Can I throw another
That's
loser in
terrible.
here?
I mean,
Yes,
yeah.
please. I love
Yeah.
losers. This is my
If you've
favorite part.
ever thrown a football for the Carolina Panthers,
Mm.
like in their entire history. They were so bad this game that they actually undid all the good that Jake Delhomme and like MVP
Oh
and
my
Cam Newton did.
God.
Like
Wow.
they were pretty solid back in the day, and this performance was so embarrassing that like I don't care. They've never
But
had a
I'm
good
back.
quarterback.
But I'm back. No?
You know,
Tough look.
if you
And
put
the fact that they kept starting him. Why? He
Whoa,
hasn't won a
did
game
you?
since
Oh
they
no!
left.
Did you see Sam Darnold play in this game? Because Sam Darnold threw the ball 32 times this game, and he was arguably worse.
Understandable, but at least he won games. Cam hasn't won a game yet.
I guess, man. You guys
Cam has
remember
not
when
won a
the
game yet.
we're sipping a lot of haterade this episode, and it's kind of fun. But you guys remember when the Panthers were 5-1 and they traded for Stephon Gilmore, and we're like, oh, they're doing it. They're all in.
They're a lock. They're
all
gonna run
in.
all the way.
And they just like literally haven't won a game in like 2 months.
Stephon Gilmore gave up 2 touchdowns last week against the Bills. Like his coverage. I'm just like, oof.
Which is crazy because he wasn't even like a system guy. They just threw him in man coverage in New England. He was like really good. So like I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
But weird stuff. A little shift away from winners and losers. We're going into the fantasy championship next week.
Yeah, and I'm out.
You got any guys, any like mini little the first fantasy corner that we can be like engaged with you in?
I'm saying, well,
First
I'm gonna go.
live one too.
I'm
Right.
saying, I'm gonna have my theme song playing in my head, but I'm gonna just go off, top performers of the week, and then I'm gonna go ahead some start sits. Pretty simple because there's not much to talk about at this point. You know who's balling, you know who's not balling, and I'm gonna just give y'all guys to sit. All right, I mean not to sit to start. So we got Joe Burrow's QB1, 525 in the air, 4 touchdowns, 38 points. Absolutely destroyed the Ravens. We talked about that already, so I'm not gonna have to go in on them again. Justin Jackson, who's the backup for the Chargers, if you guys didn't hear earlier, Austin Eckler was out for COVID, so Justin Jackson stepped up. 162 total yards, 2 touchdowns for 33 fantasy points, and a loss.
Can I interject real quick? If you guys are like in tune with social media, I literally went in my fantasy league that I won because of Justin Jackson this week. And I went and picked him up because Austin Eckler on a podcast was asked, which of the two running backs do you think is going to pop off this week? And he said Justin Jackson is going to be the guy. So I went literally that minute, went and picked up Justin Jackson and started him.
Instant.
Amazing.
Instantly. Told you. Same thing with Ronald Jones. I told y'all last week, go pick up Ronald Jones and start him. He balled out. All right, so we got T. Higgins, wide receiver 1, if there's no surprise there. Good Lord. It's just it was enough to write it down, but to have to read this to you guys is insane. 12 receptions, 194 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
That's crazy.
For 43 fantasy points. T. Higgins was crazy.
Amazing.
Because you double teamed Jamar Chase. For why? I don't know. But hey. And then Mark Andrews, 8 receptions, 125 yards, and a touchdown, 26 fantasy points. Nothing new there, really. Just Mark Andrews being Mark Andrews, but I'm glad he's doing good because last year he sucked. We got Isaiah McKenzie as an ad for the next week. The Bills play the Falcons. I think Cole Beasley and Gabriel Davis still will be out next week because of COVID. And Isaiah McKenzie, whenever he starts in the slot, he does really well. So he had a career high in receptions and yards. I think he had 11 for 125, which is good. Josh Allen loves to throw the ball. And if Diggs is locked up and Sanders is locked up, look for Isaiah McKenzie. Some starts for these next couple of weeks, though. I mean, for the next week for the championship, Lamar Jackson is playing against the Rams. If he's playing, because I think Lamar's best when his back is against the wall. And his back is as close to the wall as it's going to get. So Lamar Jackson's going to blow up. I'm starting Joe Burrow against Kansas City. I think Joe Burrow adds on to this game that he had yesterday. I don't think he throws for 500 yards because I think that's the best game he'll have in his career. And it's crazy it's in his second season, but he's not going to get much better than that. I'm thinking like 300, 3 touchdowns, but that's enough. If they win or lose, that doesn't really matter in fantasy, but he's going to ball out. No, not this segment. Ronald Jones going against the Jets. That game, sorry, Brooke, is going to be over in the first quarter. And then they're going to pound the ball with Ronald Jones. So, and then Sony Michel's going to Baltimore. Darrell Henderson sprained his knee. Cam Akers is back, surprisingly, after 5 months. I think he's just active on the roster. I don't think he'll play. I don't think that they might kind of ease him in for playoff time, but until then, Sony Michel, 4 straight weeks now of solid games. So it's not going to end next week either. Devontae Smith, told y'all last week. I said 20 last week. I think he got 19 or 18, so I'm close. Devontae Smith is going against Washington. The Eagles are trying to make the playoffs, and Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith have a good what's it, connection?
Chemistry.
Yeah. And then Jalen Waddle, they're playing Tennessee. The Dolphins, like I said, they're on a tear right now. And Jalen Waddle is the best wide receiver on that team. And he's had his welcoming party. I'm glad he's having it. He's a really good wide receiver. And I think he goes off for 15 plus. Zach Ertz is playing against Dallas. The Cardinals are also back against the wall. I'm playing Zach Ertz because DeAndre Hopkins isn't there. And AJ Green is Christian Kirk is Rondell Moore is So you need Zach Ertz. And I'm playing Gronk. I know Gronk has had however many bad weeks, but they're about to play the Jets. And so Brady needs Brady needs Gronk's confidence in order to go far in the playoffs. And I think they're going to be the confidence builder game. Because I doubt they'll play the starters in Week 18. So this might be his last chance to get his confidence back up for the postseason.
Okay.
And that's it.
I
That's
like
it.
that. Let's go live fantasy corner.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's easier when I record it because I mess up. I can just go back and redo it.
Right? Yeah.
No, we live, baby. One
We're
take.
live. One
Yes,
take.
sir. Yes, sir.
No, that's yeah. I mean, you know, we don't want to crap on the Jets too much, but if there's a
We're playing
defense
spoiler next week.
if
Yeah.
there's a defense you want to pick on for your championship, that's probably who I would.
All right, this is for the money now.
Yeah, if you're still playing and this fantasy stuff matters to you, sick. I'll be there.
Yeah, can't say the same. No.
Nah, I had a rough year in fantasy, and I still went 2 playoff teams, so I'm proud of that. And we're about to potentially sneak into the playoffs. We'll see what tonight does. If Jalen, no, not him. I got Myles Gaskin going tonight, but I already have an 11-point lead. And
Wait,
he has Devontae Parker.
Is it an even or is it an odd week? This is
16.
Week 15? 16? Ooh.
Listen,
I don't know.
as long as he don't give me negative, we're vibing. If he gives me like 3, give me 3. Give me a reception and like 13 yards, and I'm chilling.
Yeah.
There's no way Devontae Parker. If Devontae Parker pops off for like 25, it was nice knowing you guys.
Well, it depends. It depends on who Lattimore's guarding. If Lattimore's guarding Waddle, Devontae Parker goes off, and it's the other way around. Other person's going to go off. So
just throw it to Gaskin instead.
I mean, Gaskin might have to run, but hey, watch out for Duke Johnson, I guess.
But that's what the final battle is to get into this championship. So I'm hoping for the best there. Hoping for the best. But before we switch into some exciting spectator stuff in the future, it is coming down to that point, and before the season's over and before the games have ended and dust is settled, Brooklyn, who's your NFL MVP?
I think you got to give it to A-Rod.
Okay.
Gerard.
A-Rod. Back to back.
I have done a pretty significant shift in who I think is going to be mine. I went Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on the Brady train anymore. Not because I'm not. I think he's actually probably still like 1 or 2 for like Vegas odds, probably. Hear me out. They're going to win the rest of their games. They're going to beat the Bengals. They're going to beat the Broncos. And Patrick Mahomes is going to win his 2nd MVP.
Nope.
It's crazy because when me and Drew were talking about our top 3, I said Mahomes.
Yeah, dude.
Was that too, and he was saying like, oh,
I still don't think no, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I don't think Mahomes was a top 3 quarterback this year. I still don't think that.
No, absolutely
but you don't go 9 wins in a row to end the season.
Yeah, you can't knock what he's doing, man.
Like,
yeah,
they're balling.
Dude, they're blowing everybody out. They're blowing everybody out, man. Like, and that's him. It's him. The defense is better, but it's like
I would say half the games are him.
They're doing that Chiefs things again, bro.
It's stupid. How are they gonna buy? They were washed. I watched them die. Here they are.
We watched them, dude. They died. They got blown out at home by not at home. It was in Tennessee, but the Titans blew them out. And then they said, Giants bink, Packers bink, Raiders twice bink bink,
Chargers
bink.
overtime bink. Yeah, no,
they're just bro. I'm telling you, if they win out, it's a contingency on that. If they win these next 2 games, Patty's winning it. I don't even care.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean,
I don't feel bad about the take. 13-4 Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes throwing for like 5,500 yards. Not 55. It'll probably be probably 51.
You think? I don't think it's that high, is it?
He's already at
Oh.
almost 4,400.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's at 4,310.
Sheesh.
So I think he
That
throws
must
for
have-
700 more yards in the next 2 games. I think it's not like a stretch.
Jeez, man.
See what I'm saying?
He had
Like,
all the-
bro, if he throws for 5,000 yards and 36 touchdowns, how do you not give him MVP?
It's definitely between A-Rod and Mahomes. I think Brady fell from that goose egg pretty hard. I didn't like that at all. And
No, you can't. Like
Yeah.
you can't reward it, especially like you're like. And I think it was because they were trying to clinch a playoff spot too, and they do it for goose sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Granted,
tough
like
spot.
they were gonna make the playoffs regardless, but like this is the game where it's like, let's clinch it now. We can kind of coast to the end a little bit, and you blew it.
You
Yeah.
blow it, you give me nothing.
good.
Like
for
you can't
them.
beat the Saints, but hey, whatever.
He said whatever. Yeah, and okay, I like that. I can get behind that. I do think Brady is still in there. I think it's probably those 3.
Yeah.
If the Colts got it together a little bit sooner, like not starting
J-
0-4, I think Taylor
like
would probably
JT,
be more in
yeah.
the conversation. I think it's really hard though, and I think there's a discussion that needs to be kind of had with like the NFL. It'll never happen because I don't think they care enough. The MVP
Mhm.
shouldn't be called the MVP. Because inherently, that just means it's going to go to a quarterback. The MVP should be like, I don't even know the right way to phrase it, but phrased a different way. Like the
Most
best
electric
player award.
player.
Like, yeah, literally just like the best offensive player award because they're never going to give it to a defender. So,
But they have that. They already have that. The offensive player of the year. They have that already.
but like, you feel what I'm saying though? Because
No, I
inherently,
get you.
value is attached to quarterback. It's the most valuable position in sports.
Yeah, it's so hard to give it to a running back, a wide receiver, or even like a corner or anything like that. It's so hard to do that because everything goes through the quarterback. So it's
Yeah.
like, how can you not give it to him?
Right.
Yeah,
And that's why
and-
like that's why it's hard for me to give it to like Cup. And it's like literally I have nothing against Cooper Cup. But what are the odds that Cooper Cup gets an MVP before Matt Stafford does this season?
Yeah,
It's
and he's
because
just not.
because what they're gonna say that. How did Cooper Cup get the ball? Because he didn't run it. Who gave him the ball? Matt Stafford. Did Cooper Cup get open? Yeah. Did Cooper Cup catch the ball? Yeah. Did Cooper Cup run for 80 yards after the catch? Yeah. But who gave him the ball? That's what they're always gonna go off.
Well,
of.
yeah, and again, so like I don't know how we attack that, but like the MVP needs like somewhat of a revamp so that just the title of it is just like most valuable. Okay, that's gonna be a quarterback, but like
Mhm.
whatever it gets changed to, it's not that I have the idea. I'm not that guy. Well, they wouldn't
Yeah.
listen to me anyway, so who cares? But
Who's Jew?
who the hell's that? Little goofy ass. Tell him to take that headband off, stupid. Like, come on. Like, because Jonathan Taylor's balling out. He got 500 more yards than the next running back. And granted, running backs were awful this year. This is maybe the worst running back season ever.
The
Yeah.
fact that Derrick Henry held a top 3 spot in rushing yards for what was it, 5 weeks without running a single yard?
It's
Insane.
crazy.
Come
Because
on. Now.
Zeke, who I don't know who Zeke is anymore. Saquon is Christian McCaffrey is hurt. Dalvin Cook was starting to turn it around, but then COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been out for like 4 or 5 games this year, and he's number 4 on rushing.
Yeah.
Like, if
Like,
he played
Joe
the whole year,
Mixon.
he'd probably be leading the league. And, it's not a fair thing to running backs that get hurt. Like,
And there was one point in this season where a top 5 running back in yards was Mark Ingram.
yeah,
Like,
it's
it's a
weird.
tough year, a tough look.
Tough look. You hate to see that. You really do. It's also really weird, too, because, like, Trayvon Diggs has 11 interceptions this year and is maybe a bottom 12 cornerback.
He is not a good cornerback. He's
No,
a good
he's
ball
not.
hawk.
He has
He's a
great
Great
hands.
ball hawk.
He's great
He's a-
hands.
He was a wide receiver.
Yeah,
He
but
like came into
it's
Alabama
almost
as a
like-
wide receiver.
Yeah, but he couldn't play wide receiver there because they had Jalen Waddell and Jerry Jeudy and
And Ruggs.
Henry. No, jeez.
Yeah. So he was good in college. I'll give him that.
He
but
is,
yeah.
yeah. Wow, I forgot
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah.
He's only been gone a couple weeks.
And your brother Stephon Diggs. So that's kind of
Yeah,
That's
like-
also the thing. Like you gotta take it.
But he's like actually bad. I just like
He just,
need Cowboys fans to understand that. And if we can
I think
understand that and like casual fans can get that, then we're cool. But
I think he has given up 700 something yards
it
this
was
season.
770 before this game, which didn't
Yeah.
change much because Washington. But
Yeah.
he gave up like 770 yards or so coming into this game. It's like, what?
But hey, 11 interceptions.
Hey, 11 interceptions though.
Shout out.
I mean,
Shout out.
that's
It's
crazy,
a big
but
number, bro. It is a lot.
it's easy to get 11 interceptions when you got Micah Parsons harassing the QB.
See, I would agree with that, but Aaron Donald's like never let a quarterback have a sane thought playing a game, and the Rams don't have
Yeah.
that many interceptions. So,
But Ramsey's never been a ball hawk though.
dude, I'm telling you, I watched that game this week, that Rams Vikings game, and Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald is like, oh my god, they're so good.
It's not
Crazy.
fair.
It's
It's
so good.
crazy.
And I had this conversation with you guys in the group chat. I genuinely think Aaron Donald's the best defender ever. And I think he has a couple more years to kind of prove that.
I think it's up for debate when his career is all said and done.
Yeah.
Dude, like the things that he does, he's like my height, bro.
Yeah.
That man's like my height. And he's getting to the quarterback. There was a play. The Vikings had max protection on him, and he literally hit the cha-cha slide between the left and the left guard and the left tackle, and just got to Kirk. And I was just like, and he wanted to make it like a big play out of it, but I was like, what?
What do you do? Like, what do you
How
do?
did you do that? It's crazy. He's nuts.
There's
He would
very
win.
few people-
Legitimately, if MVP could include defenders, because it can, but it won't ever, he would win it every year. Because he's
So
the
do you
most
think
valuable
he'll-
guy on the field. He's
Do you think he gets Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. I don't think it's close
Yeah.
either. Like the only reason he wouldn't is because he doesn't have sack numbers, but he has like the most pressures per attempt, the most like quarterback hits per attempt, the most like forced fumbles per like times hit, like all like the advanced defensive stats. He's like not only better than everybody, but he's like better in like a whole like quadrant. It's
If
crazy.
they have a Menace of the Year award, that's him.
Like, I've never seen someone just take 3 linemen, and just move them.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it's
crazy.
insane, dude.
Like,
crazy.
you're not gonna let me sack the quarterback? That's fine, but y'all finna hit him.
Y'all work for me now.
Yeah,
Go get him.
basically.
Hey, y'all be my boys. No, it's great. I don't think he'll win it. I think it'll actually be TJ Watt just because he has like 17 or so sacks.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Watt brothers.
It's dumb that like counting stats are more going towards these awards than like the other more
Same.
indicative things, but you know.
'Cause
Same
They
thing with
look
LeBron.
better, so it's easy to just look at them, see it, cool, you're the guy.
Same thing with like LeBron and like his earlier years. He had a lot of MVPs taken from him. Kobe got one taken from him too because of Nash.
The NBA is terrible when it comes to MVPs.
That Steve Nash MVP is the worst of the 2000s. That Steve
Which one, the
Nash.
first one?
Don't
The
let
first one or the
you
second one?
get on a rant about.
There's
I
a
love
year
Steve
for
Nash,
another
bro,
hour.
but boy did he.
No,
not
I
deserve
know.
it.
I'm just
Yeah.
talking about the MVP. Don't let him get on a rant
Man.
about this one.
Man, Steve Nash was Jose Calderon with like a good 3-point percentage that year. He won an MVP.
Bing bong.
I forgot he was a Knick.
Oh Lord Jesus.
No, but like, don't bring up the MVP in the NBA, bro.
Yeah,
LeBron should literally have like 9,
Yeah.
maybe
Yes.
10.
Yes.
If he was healthy last year, he would have won it.
He is averaging like in like the past couple games, he's averaging like 30-something points a game.
Yeah.
And they're losing.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it this year just because he didn't play the whole year. And dude, for some reason, this is no like Katie hate. Like, this is not Katie hate. For some reason, every media outlet is talking about KD being like the MVP favorite, and then like Steph being number 2, as if like Jokic isn't literally having the best season for a center of all time. It blows
It
my
comes with like just popularity. Like Jokic to basketball fans, great. But when you're talking about it and stuff, they're just not gonna give it love. And that's the part of the conversations that suck.
Yeah.
He's not as exciting because he's not out here crossing dudes that were pulling from three. I think he's
Exactly.
exciting. Like
Yeah,
I was a
Yeah.
big man
that's the
fan,
thing.
so
It's
I
like,
think
how is
it's
he not
exciting.
exciting though? Like, he's
Like
so
us being
good.
basketball fans, we love Jokic game because he's raw.
Bro, he literally
He's
might win
not
Defensive
raw.
Player of the Year this year, and he's scoring like 28 a game. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And
So
and it's crazy. He really only won. Like he had a good year last year, but he only won because Embiid got hurt.
yeah.
And LeBron. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like when he's gonna get his respect, I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Because Jokic is a top 5 player in this league. 100%.
I saw something about Giannis and people. This guy was saying like, I hope fans don't get bored with like Giannis's greatness because it's just so consistent and the way
Yeah.
he plays is just you know what you're gonna get. So it's like people are gonna get to a point where
You
it's
know
just
how I
like,
feel
okay,
Giannis
he's
is
doing
gonna
it
be?
and that's it.
I think
What?
Giannis is going to eventually fall into this LeBron type of category
Yeah, I was about to say that.
because, he's super athletic and he's going to keep getting better and better. And eventually his shot's going to be like suitable enough to where he hits the shot and you're not like, whoa, you know?
Yeah,
And he's already starting to do that.
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, he's not shooting a great percentage from 3 this year,
No.
but I think Giannis is eventually going to fall into that, right? Because like LeBron now, you're not seeing LeBron drive to the bucket every other possession now. He's just not as athletic as he once was. He's still
No.
better than 85% of the league in terms of athleticism, but he's just not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
I think Giannis eventually turns into that, and then there'll be a point where people are like, dude, Giannis is overrated. Like, this young dude can shoot threes at a 60% clip. Why can't
don't
Giannis do
ever.
that? And it's just
If I
like,
ever hear someone say he's overrated,
it's just
I
like,
will lose my stuff.
ugh.
Like Giannis is one of the most freakish athletes of all time. Like how you
His-
can't ignore that.
His dominance is like parallel, different ways. His dominance is parallel to like Shaq. Just
Yeah.
there's
It's not
nothing
even
he
different
can do.
ways, bro. He plays almost just like Shaq. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's a modern day Shaq. Because you
Just
can't
little-
bang with him down low. Even the biggest bodies it's
No.
tough to bang with him down low.
Yeah,
And then
like
especially if he adds a perimeter game, come on.
Which again, I don't think he ever will, but I think like if he can make it so he's shooting 32%, like relatively.
Yeah, like you
consistently,
said, just suitable enough.
Fine.
I think he gets to that point.
Hit an open
Yeah.
three, a catch and shoot, please.
That's the thing. Just hit the
Exactly.
open shots. Hit the open shots, you're good.
But
We don't need you crossing the glove.
don't hit me with this Anthony Davis 18% from 3 on the season type beat. Don't do that.
Let's not talk about 88. It's sensitive. It's sensitive.
It's sensitive.
Let's talk about the spicy stuff that we got in store for everybody.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
bro. So
So
everybody
this episode,
got it.
this is the build-up episode to the start of year 3 of the Spectators.
Yes, sir.
Year 2 is wrapping up.
This is year
We're
3.
done. Year 3 is coming, and Jew, go ahead and lay out the table for it.
Yeah, so with our 3rd year of the Spectators being back, and this year we added our new members, Gerard, Nico, and Omar. Welcome, as we've welcomed you guys in the last couple months, and they're going to be with us doing a lot of really cool stuff moving forward. This year we do plan on expanding a little bit outside of the realm of sports and doing some other cool things involving that, which you guys will be informed on as those are starting to come out and all that. As the year is wrapping up and towards the beginning of the year, we are going to be putting out a survey for everybody that if you guys listen to the podcast or are friends of ours, we're going to ask you to fill out. And that is just to kind of see where everybody's at with content and everything like that, what you like, what you dislike, not just with the show, but in general and kind of a social media broad sense. We'll get that out to you guys with more details as that comes out. And the really fun thing I'm excited for in the new year, year 3, we're going to be going to Twitter Spaces. And we're going to be giving you guys more live interactive content. And that is going to be so exciting because, you guys get us every Monday and you get your fantasy corner fix. And then whenever we post on TikTok and all that good stuff. But we'll have conversation live on Twitter where you guys are going to be able to put your opinions out there, talk to us. We can feed off each other, go back and forth on any breaking news, any trending topics, whatever it might be. Say the playoffs are just happening or, one of the games just ended. We want to talk about it because it was crazy. We're going to hop on there, have you guys with us. And we're just super excited for that. All those are going to get recorded as well and get posted as a podcast and on YouTube. So if you guys listen to this on any podcasting sites or on YouTube, you'll be able to check it out after the fact. If you're not an avid Twitter user, you can still join in on the fun. So
Exactly. I
we hope
love
you
it
guys.
because it gives us a chance to know, like, everyone knows you too. Everyone knows you guys. You guys are here every Monday, but again, like,
Mhm.
people know me now because I'm on here every Monday with my fantasy corner and stuff. But it's like you get to meet Omar. Like, you get to listen to Omar. Omar has some really good takes, especially about basketball. You get to listen to Nico. Nico has some takes, but like it's
But he put
entertainment.
some passion behind it.
He brings a
Mhm.
lot of passion behind it, and then
Nico
you
will
have
ride off into the sunset with it, and we love it.
facts. And Handra's been here since day one. You get to get more of Handra. Like, you get to get the full spectators,
Yeah.
and that's something I'm very excited about to bring over to the next year, to year 3.
Yeah, and get you
Absolutely.
guys more involved, get your voices out there a little bit more, and get your personalities out there so everybody can love you guys a little bit more than they already do. I'm super excited for it, and I hope you guys are excited for it too. And we'll get that started probably sometime either this week or next week. We might wait till after the New Year's so we can figure out logistics and all that for it. But be on the lookout. Um, Dude, spaces are going to be really, really fun. If we can figure those out and make them work the way we want to, and I think we will, those are going to be a very, very good time.
Yeah, and like you said, us expanding too outside of just sports. We got
Cool.
visions for making this a huge brand. Not just a podcast that you listen to every week with me and Jew. That you guys have listened for 115 episodes, and we appreciate every bit of that. And we still gonna be going strong.
Yeah.
But again, with the Twitter Spaces, with Gerard, Nico, Omar, Handro, you get a little bit of everybody. Gerard said, get introduced, but you get to see what we like outside of sports too. And we're gonna be able to share that with you guys, whether it be music, movies, and TV, whatever it may be. We gonna get you acclimated to it. We can't wait to bring it to you guys. We're so excited. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, man, we're excited for year 3. Get ready for year
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. We going crazy.
Yes,
We
sir.
gonna
Not
keep on
4, not
building this.
5,
Not
not 6.
Exactly.
five, right? No,
Exactly.
for
We're
real.
turning the spectators into a sports and entertainment multimedia empire along the
Emphasis
way.
on the entertainment.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Keep rocking with us. We love it. We love all of you. We're so excited, man.
Yeah,
We're
guys.
so
I
So
wish
excited.
I wish they could have saw our group chat the other day talking about what we had in store for year 3 and just how excited. No, it wasn't the group chat. It was
It was
we had a
we
meeting.
we had a
Yeah,
little
the
meeting. We
meeting.
had a little Discord
yeah.
meeting.
But how excited everyone was, and I just can't wait to share that excitement we had. I can't wait to share that with all you guys
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for
because this is something that's very passionate to not only them, passionate to the whole group, and we want y'all to see the passion that we have too.
yes, sir.
Gee, I want you to share a little bit of like your experience before you were a spectator, like on the outside looking in, and then
hmm
when you became a spectator and like your time throughout.
So I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not here. I ain't trying to be disrespectful. When I was outside the spectators, I'm looking. I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. It's not that much that really goes into it. It's not too much.
Yeah.
And when I get into the spectator, I'm like, oh, like, not saying any of it's hard. It's fun. That's what makes it enjoy. That's what makes it easier for me because I love sports. I love you guys. So it's like it's enjoyable for me. But like on the outside, it's just something that like, oh, guys talking about sports. It's whatever. Like that's all it is. You guys talking about sports. But then like once you're in it, you get to see how passionate people are about talking about the things that they love. And then like it's just something like I do have a lot of friends, but it's like I got to have an extra group of my boys now that I got to bring into my circle, and it's been great. It's been great to build with you guys. Like I said, still can't wait for year 3. Like, ooh, I got goosebumps when he was talking about it. But no, it's something it's very eye opening once you're a part of it, and we want to make it to where you like the people watching that those spectators that they're a part of the spectator just as much as we are, and I think that's where the direction that we're heading.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And so if you guys want to be in the know and all of that good stuff for when we do all these new exciting things for year 3, make sure you're following us on Instagram, on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, at underscore the spectators. Go give us a subscription on YouTube and throw a like on this if you're listening to that on there already. We'll be back with you guys next Monday, and be on the lookout for all this cool stuff. We'll have a year in review video coming out this week as well, showing everything that we did, all the vlogs, all the good stuff, all the fun that we did this year. Be on the lookout for that. And until next week, guys, take it easy. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas,
Appreciate it.
Happy
See
New
you
Year,
guys.
and happy anniversary. Year 3 on the way.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.